Hey, I'm Matt. Really good session of the day. Hope you found it helpful. Just going to run through those things we discussed now from the session. Mainly looking at kind of that impact position that we're going to try and now focus on, getting the arms, the club shaft more into this forward lean with the hips, as you can see now, in a sort of slightly tilted position, lower half sliding more as opposed to rotating. So if we look at the left hand one, this was kind of you before, swinging, obviously very good, great score 86, and definitely scores going in the right direction now. I think we just can keep persevering with this movement long term. I think certainly breaking 80 is going to be a goal you're going to be able to achieve. Great backswing position now, really getting some good depth in that backswing now. We talked about from the previous session. Really, really good. Problem was at the top of the backswing there, not that you're going to be able to see this that much, but obviously with the hack motion, we could kind of see that your left wrist was getting a little bit cut there in that kind of sort of extended position at the top of the backswing, which meant the club face now was open. As we then came back to the goal ball, the only way you could really fix that was kind of spinning on your back foot. This is your impact position here now. There's sort of club shaft. Weight, I would say, predominantly now is still favouring the right side. Hands are behind the golf ball. And if we look at the two different positions here, both left and right, the right hand one being kind of the ideal impact position, the left hand one being your current one. Now, the reasons why you do this left hand one, as I said, because the club face was open. This was kind of a way of you coping with an open club face and just sending the golf ball left of target. Obviously, when you shot the golf ball, you then finish up on your left side in a really good finish position. It's just the transition to get there a little bit out of sequence. So focusing now on trying to get yourself into that better impact position. We just leave that left hand one there now. Kind of show you what we're comparing to. And these movements now with the stick, just making sure that right hip in your mind, obviously we can still see the stick there as you've rotated. You're trying to keep that stick rotation back. And even if when you're trying to keep it back, you can still see it unwind and rotate because it's going to. It's not going to sort of stay back there. But the feel for you is going to be more into that position, getting the hands leading the club face now into the really, really good club face position there. Getting that lower half to move from here and effectively slide this way towards the target. If we can get that image now with the mirror behind you, so you can see yourself moving the wrist into a different orientation. They're getting that left wrist flatter, getting the hack motion to maybe sing to you, as we said. Get that buzzing so the club face now is stronger, and that'll take a bit of practice. Basically what you're looking for is sort of, if you were to draw a point from your sort of left middle knuckle into your left elbow, the wrist and forearm to sort of create a straight line, so you can sort of practice that in a mirror at home without having to use the hack motion. You can just get that sort of image in your head of that flatter left wrist. When you come back into impact now, we can see as we come back in, hands there would be leading. As we said, that sort of flat image now of your elbow, forearm, hands and left knuckle nicely lined up. So it's just going to be rehearsing this movement back and forth, as you can see doing here now, trying to create that movement with the swing back and forth, learning what impact is going to start feeling like. And then the beauty of this one now, when you did it as well as you did, take the stick away, get yourself in that good start position, and now from here just hit the golf ball. I know it's easier said than done, but when we're on the course, we want you to just play golf, focus on the shot itself, not necessarily the movement. The movement's done in practice and in training. As we come back here now, once you're up here now, you have to be focused on hitting the golf ball. And what we're hoping to see really from sort of a transitional point of view is going from where you were on the left-hand image to where you got to in practice, and hopefully being somewhere in the middle. So your hands will, I guess, will be sort of right in the middle of your legs, as opposed to where we want them to be on your left thigh compared to where they were here before on your trail leg. And you can see, and as you come into impact, as you come into impact on this right hand one now, your hands now pretty much middle parts of the legs there. Certainly a lot more shift onto that lead side. So the impact movement now much better, getting the strike. And you will find the first couple of shots, and probably when you play with you on the weekend, a few shots going left, because the club face now is going to be squarer. Your hands will still be slightly behind the golf ball, even though they feel forward. They'll be forward of their previous position, but still slightly back. And because of that there, now you're going to see a few shots going left. And like we said, the next couple of weeks, the scoring may not necessarily come down just because the ball flight will be different to what you're used to. But in time, once you see that ball flight getting stronger, the ball going further and a bit to the left, it'll make it a lot easier now for your lower half to want to move from where it is and shift towards target, as opposed to the spinning with the hips you had before. So I think as a sort of summary, just feel as a swing thought on the course, maybe tomorrow when you're playing, just focus on getting some depth with that right hip on the way back, and then at the golf ball. I would train and practice, obviously, away from the course with that wrist position, with that left hip sliding towards target. But from a course perspective, to keep it as simple as possible, just think about kind of getting some depth now from this position. Turn those hips, make sure those hips turn back nicely, and keeping them back there will just only help your path back into golf. And over time, we're going to start seeing that swing path adjust, the club face adjust, your ball flight adjust, and hopefully, as we said, the score's coming down, and hopefully by end of summer, I think breaking 80 will definitely be something you'll be able to achieve. So hope that makes sense, buddy. Any questions, obviously, give me a shout, but I'll catch up again soon, Matt. Cheers, mate.